I've made millions, lost millions, and made it all back again, but the real victory, it wasn't about the money, it's about winning the war against myself. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. No bullshit, no motivation porn. Just the raw truth about what it takes to control your mind and win your inner battle. Let's get into it. Your energy creates your reality. Your mind and your subconscious, I believe everything starts subconsciously, and the conscious is just the filter, and everything else exists beyond that. What you think, you actually become. You know, what's around you, you get more of. What you tolerate, what sort of behavior you tolerate of people around you, you get more of. You know, I believe to a point, the older I get, I realize life itself is a mirror. You know, you see exactly what's around you as what you think that you deserve, and what's in your head becomes your reality. I'm a firm believer of that. Why are most people trapped in their own bullshit? I believe most people are because it's by design, right? Most people turn the radio on, they turn the music on, they turn on Spotify, they turn the TV on. It's very negative. It's designed to disrupt them, to get them involved in bullshit. They're involved in hostility, crap. What the elites sell the masses is extremely different to what the elites themselves consume and what they do. You know, they're watching the arts, they're watching operas, they're watching things like that, but they're giving the masses crap. They're watching shit like, you know, they're involved in the latest Kanye West drama on Twitter. They're involved in the latest, like, crap when they listen to rap. It's very negative. Baby mamas, drugs, drinking, you know, to excess, all of the sort of behaviors that don't really make you a success, you know, all of those low vibrational behavior. And then what the things that they do is very different. They're big families, longevity, long-term relationships, building wealth over generations. But they teach you that money is fast. They teach you that sex is quick, like everything should be fast for you. And as such, most things are fleeting. Everything that's valuable takes a long time to get and build. Like it's built from slow increments. It doesn't just come overnight, but it's the overnight stuff is the easiest sell because it's the most exciting. As such with drugs, you know, the more you can refine the source down to get it in as quick as possible, the more addictive it is, but also the more damaging. Whereas the best gains and everything, it takes time to get, like it's built from stages, like a ladder, as I teach in TCM. Turn pain into fuel. See, pain itself, like I say, trauma itself to pain is a degree. It's either a noose around your neck or a slingshot. It's either going to make or break you. What are you going to do with that sort of energy? Chaotic energy itself is the most fueling. It can also be the most fueling to the upside or the downside. You know, it's like a rocket. It's just been taken off. You know, something has happened. Is it going to blow up on the launch pad or is it going to go into space? You know, but you need that sort of energy. Maybe you've had a bad breakup. Maybe you've been cheated on. Maybe you've been dumped. Maybe a business deal has fucked you over. Maybe you've lost a ton of money in the markets. Maybe something has happened. And now this is your story. Like this is a story that you're either going to tell that's why you broke and why you quit, why you gave up on yourself, so to speak, or it's going to be something that accelerates you because now you've got a reason to stop. See, that's the thing for many. Many finally have the story that they've been telling themselves. Something didn't work out. They got sick. They got this. I've had cancer. I've had many things that have slowed me down. I've been to prison. And that breaks people because they finally got a reason. Oh, I was a failure, but that only happened because I went to prison. You know, it only ends like life itself. Again, like life isn't over while you've got air in your lungs. As such, you can continue trying to move forward. A loser is not someone who lost. A loser is someone who quit. You know, that they're very different. Someone who continues trying can eventually win. I've lost many times in my life. Like I've fucking probably taken more L's than anyone on YouTube. I've been to prison. I've got low education. I've got so many things against me and I've still become a massive success. I'm still a multi-millionaire. I would still be the richest person from the town of 200 people that I come from. So again, let that be either someone will look at that and be like, oh, who does he think he is? You know, he's so cocky, is this and that. Or someone will look at that and be inspired. But that's fine. You know, you're not for everyone, as you shouldn't try to be. And that's who I am. First off, you have to accept full accountability and responsibility for your position. See, for many, they have excuses they tell themselves, they tell the world, they don't live as they are. You know, so you have to live flawed. You have to be transparent about who you are and where you're at. You know, for many, it's easier to laugh and lie and jump online and change their photos and pretend to be a success. And I'm pretending to be this or I'm that. I'm lying to chicks. I want two girls, so I'm going to lie to them both. Like living in dishonesty or living in essentially deception. It doesn't get you anywhere that you need to be for the long term. Because you're not ready to accept that heat, that fire. You're not ready to stand in the crucible and say, I'm here, I'm taking up space. I'm not perfect, but I am going to change and I'm actually going to progress. Being an anon online is one classic example. The anons talk the most shit. Oh, I'm this or I'm that because it's easy. Like I was on Misk back in the day, the bodybuilding forum. I've been on 4chan. I know it's fun to troll and talk shit, but I know most of those people don't have their shit together. Like I know as soon as I see an anon that the person doesn't have their shit together because if they had their shit together, it would be easy to just be like, I'm here. Most people are insecure. They're happy to talk shit because they've absorbed a ton of poison, and now they're trying to push poison out onto others. Damaged people damage others. I don't acknowledge that. I consider all anons online essentially bot equivalent. The power of brutal self-honesty, that's a very powerful thing, because you have to be to a point you're your worst critic. If you're honest with yourself, if you are a critic of yourself at times, but you're critical in the ways that you can improve. No one can ever blindside you because you don't have a blind side. Like, you're very clear that you have flaws, and now you can work on them, and you can also cover them up and move forward, versus someone else who has like the saying with the Bible, like, pride comes before the fall. I believe pride is more someone who doesn't accept that they also have blind spots and flaws. And if you do, you can cover them up, strengthen them up, and you're also more accommodating and accepting that other people are flawed. It can be more empathetic. Empathy is a very missed thing in this world. Empathy to most is weakness because they're weak. Like, you can only be empathetic with strength behind it, but then it's actually a very strong tool. Empathy is extremely important. If you want to be in business, if you want to be in everything, you can't sell. Empathy is the best selling point because you can relate to the client's needs and actually service them, like help them out with whatever they need help with. Maybe they're in there because they want to lose weight, and you can actually empathize with their position and help them lose weight. That's a part of it. But you have to have that side of yourself aware. You have to be aware of yourself, because you can see that some people you see and you're like, I could be in this person's position. People can't understand that. Like, I could very well be in that person's shoes. You see someone on the street who just lost their kid and now they're addicted to alcohol, and you're like, you don't understand deep enough to realize that you yourself could be in that position. If you broke, like, that's a broken person. That person wasn't always that way, and people don't really realize that. They don't see the people under them, and that themselves, when they fall, there can be a lacking awareness. The punch that you don't see coming is the punch that KOs you. Control your environment. You have to cut out the mental poison, and not just the mental poisons around you, the physical poisons. If I have a cupboard full of alcohol, I have a cupboard full of Coke, or whatever my weakness is. If I have a weakness in a certain thing, I don't flood it with the world with me. If I'm around people that do that sort of stuff, I myself will do it. You become the product of what's around you. If I was a fat dude, I wouldn't be having a cupboard full of Cheetos and snacks and all of this stuff, because I know that's my issue. What's around you is what you essentially become. I wouldn't be surrounded by fatties. If I was a fatty, I would be like, I need to be around fitter people as me, because that's a strength, or that's something that I want to absorb. They're going to push me. I'm going to see what they do. Some people are so overweight, they don't really know what healthy people do during the day. Like, they're yet to see it. They see someone and they're like, oh, this person isn't eating every 5 minutes. Like, this is not normal. You need to learn those sort of things. And when you're around people that are successful, you'll absorb the behaviors. That's just a cheat code. Like, I would be more around people that I want to be in this world, and less around people that I don't want to emulate. Like, some people are around people also because they don't feel like such a fuck up. Like, they're around people that are fuck ups, and they're like, oh yeah, but they're in a worse position than me, so I feel important, I feel superior. Like, you're king of the manlets. Like, you're like a 5-footer at the circus. You're the king of the dwarfs, like, but you're still a dwarf. Face your weaknesses. Hiding from yourself and, not keeping a good accountability, or like, a good profile of who you are, is killing you. For many of you, you have to confront your demons. They can be mental, they can be physical. What's done in the dark, what you ignore, festers and can morph into other things. Can morph into addictions, can morph into other issues where you have issues with your partner, your girl, your parents, your family. What's done in the dark, again, it's such a concept that I can explain, is the light baptizes everything. Like, light and truth is the Baptist. Like, that's the way that you have to live, in the truth as much as possible. The more deception and things you play, because you don't grow. If you're lying about certain parts of your character or behavior, you're not going to grow, and you're not going to change it. You're not accepting it. You can't manifest from a position of deception. You can only do that from a position of complete truth and accountability and responsibility. Owning your position and being like, I'm not perfect, but I'm here to get better. Master your impulses. You need to develop a mental control, not just over yourself, but over your environment that you're in. You have to be around things that are going to benefit you, people that are going to, be beneficial to you, not around such losers. For many people, they have friendships and things like that, and you don't benefit each other. It's like you just sit around and play FIFA all day, or drink beers, or fuck around. And that has its moments, that has its time, but are you bettering each other? Like, are you bringing the best out of each other? Like, why not? Like, why are you having people that are enabling bad behavior as well around you? For many of you, your mind is your biggest enemy. Your mind, it all starts like up here. It's all a thought. Thought can become an action. You can't manifest from a poisoned mind. That's why you turn TV on. That's why you turn the news on. That's why you turn Netflix, TikTok, like Instagram, X. It's all, for the most part, a large amount of it is negative. A large amount of it is you focusing on other shit. Oh, I feel bad because this person's on a holiday. Oh, I feel bad because this celebrity just said that you need $10 million to be happy. Oh, I feel bad because this girl just posted photos of her ass in Mykonos and she's got all of these followers. That's all designed to keep you pushing your attention away out externally. That's all designed to essentially fuck you over. You know, you're an observer. You're not taking responsibility and accepting yourself. You're not ready to be the main character in your life yet. And then you'll come to realize that you actually are, like whether you like it or not. You have to turn off the distractions for most of you. Most of you would be best to turn off the distractions, TV free day, phone free day, Netflix free day, all of that, and just see what comes up. I say, my guys at TCM, sit in your room, in a dark room on your own and tell me what thoughts come up, feelings come up, and investigate those. Like some of you don't know yourself because you live distraction to distraction. You live in a funnel of another person. You haven't got any, most of you haven't had a free thought in an extremely long time. Like your thoughts are just programmed over time from the shit that you watch on TV, the ideas. Some of you are just not leading your own life. Like you're not actually in charge of it. You have a boss. You had a teacher at school. Now you have a boss. Some of you have a wife at home that's a boss. Like you're not actually in charge of yourself. You're not really responsible for yourself. And as such, you don't have free thought. And free thought, is going to be a rare commodity into the future with the government, things like that. Like you need to have free thought because you've seen where the governments and things are going to take you. It's not going to be anywhere that you're going to be happy with. Governments only want more rules, more power, and more laws and more control over the citizens. Like that's where it all ends. Look, winning the battle in your mind is not some motivational bullshit. It's the hardest thing that you're going to do, to verse the man in the mirror. But it's also the only thing that matters. So once you control what happens up here, your reality starts to fall into place. I've been through the darkness, the darkest times, and I'm telling you, master your mind. That's the game. Thanks for watching. Till next time, lads.